Huge fan of Friday Night Lights, and Scott Porter, who plays Jason Street, he was a guest on the Throwbacks podcast to discuss how he got the role in Friday Night Lights and how they transformed the actors into football players. Take a look.
The thing with the casting was, you know, he took chances on people who wanted to like leave their mark on the character. He didn't care as much about the athletics with the actors. So like when I went into audition for it, I ripped a different scene out of the script and went into the casting director, Stephen O'Neill, and said, "Hey, I think you have the wrong scene for Jason Street." And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You don't have the locker room where he says, 'I think everybody loves football.'" You know, the question, there's like a line from the show, "Do you think God loves football?" And he says, "I think everybody loves football." That line wasn't in the audition scene. Instead, they had like a kissy scene with Minka Kelly's character, Lila Garrity. And I was like, I think this is, so he goes, "All right, let's put it on tape." And I think that's the real reason I even got to test for the show, is because Pete was watching reel after reel and going, same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. He's like, "Wait, this kid's doing a different scene. What the hell is this?" And they said, they looked at the notes and said, "He thought you had the wrong scene for Jason Street." He's like, "Fly him out." So that's how I booked it. Months later, 2 weeks before we start shooting, I get a phone call from Casey Hodenfeld. This guy is like, he's been Michael Mann's first AD. I mean, this guy has done a lot of work in the industry. He calls me panicked. "Scott, I can't believe we've never asked you this, but holy shit, please tell me you can throw a football."
Wow. I'm shocked that it took them that long to ask you that.
And then it was cool because what we did before our actual pilot, and I'm glad they did it before the pilot and not the series, was they actually had a football camp with us. They brought us all down a couple of weeks early ahead of some of the other actors. So me, Gaius Charles, Zach Gilford, Taylor Kitsch, we all came down early. They had the quarterbacks coach from Compton College to help teach myself and Zach, how to throw. We went through quarterback drills, like all this stuff. But it was the coach from Compton College that led us through some of that stuff.
That's awesome.
And I'll never forget when he walked us into the locker room. I was doing an off-Broadway show at the time about a struggling Christian boy band. And I had blonde hair down across my forehead, looked like Justin Bieber. And would walk us all into the locker room to introduce us to the stunt players who have been working with Graf for a long time. And like I said, they were former D1 athletes, a lot of these guys. We walk in, these guys are huge. They're sweating and, they're doing 2-a-days learning all the stunt choreography. He walks us in and I got an American Eagle shirt on with this super hair. And Coach Graf, he looks like Andy Reid. He's got the big walrus mustache and he's like, "These are the actors." And he looks at me especially, and he goes, "We're going to try and make them look like football players."
For the full episode, subscribe to Throwbacks on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, and find bonus content on all social media platforms at Throwbacks Show. New episodes drop every Thursday, and Throwbacks is a member of our parent company, Sinclair Incorporated.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.